Right, they stormed the charts in 1998 with 2 platinum-selling albums and 3 million record sales. But just when you thought it was the end of Double Denim, Bewitched Beauties, Lindsay, Kiwi, Sinead and Adele have said c'est la vie to their differences, and they're back together for ITV's big reunion.
The story has certainly been a roller coaster. Can we fit any more of those in? Before we discuss the lows, let's take a look at their many highs.
And here they are now. Welcome, ladies. Lovely to see you.
Good morning.
So, watching the show, was there ever a time when you truly enjoyed it?
Do you know what? I wondered that myself. Especially on that second episode when we all got together, I wondered that day myself. I was like, God, did we enjoy it at all? Or did we fall into the trap of believing our marketing as well? But actually there was. It's just that those moments of trying to talk about all our difficulties were so intense. It was easy to actually forget the good times for a brief moment in time. But it was amazing. We did actually have a great time.
Well, it appears, I mean, when you watched you get back together, it's that first time when you were all sat around after, was it 10 years? Is that
it was, I think 6 years since we'd been in the same room. It's been 12 years since we've...
So a long time.
A
long time to be together. And it just seemed like it was a real sort of boiling pot of emotion.
It was just really awkward. I felt really uncomfortable and just really awkward because I don't remember, all I remember being in the situation with the 4 girls was the fun times, and we were so close, and we were all then so separate, and we've all found ourselves and we're all doing different things, and to be in that situation with the girls would be so kind of just about yourself.
We also knew, doing this show, we said, look, let's just be honest with each other, let's just air everything and try and get back on a good track, because we knew that we weren't, and we knew if we did the show and we didn't just be honest with each other that it was just going to be a disaster.
Well, let's go on.
No, I was going to show you, because on that note, let's just have a look at a clip. This is when you got together, and this is one of the awful moments you're talking about, but I just want to talk about it afterwards. Let's have a look.
That's a big thing, to say that somebody makes you feel like something and not that you reacted to that in doing that. You know what I mean? You're saying that I made you feel like that.
I'm a strong person, but I'm not as opinionated and I'm not as quick off the mark to get in there with my opinion. I don't feel the need to do that. I don't feel like, unless...
Sorry, am I cutting you off?
No, go on.
And when you say that I made you feel like that, but yet you're saying I was in a band with 3 strong characters, but it was only me that you're referring to. Oh, look at that standoff.
So that
wasn't one of the finer moments.
I watched it and I was like, but I know that you probably had to do that.
Yeah, and it is really uncomfortable to watch now because we're in such a good place now. But I'm grateful that we've had to do that, because that's why we're in a good place now. And we have had to air a lot of our feelings.
You need to do it.
And we had to do it. It's been cathartic.
So important, I think, to move on. And if you're going to work with each other and be comfortable and be honest and move forward with a chemistry, you got to get all the SHIT out of the way. Excuse me, I'm sorry for that.
Is it down to the fact that when it was all happening, you didn't actually talk about it?
No.
You're so busy. You're doing 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know, you don't even have time to kind of digest what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. No mind, like the different relationships and interrelationships that you're having with each other, because you don't even have time for yourself.
Exactly.
You know. So.
Well, let's talk about the future, because this is just the beginning of it all. Possibly, I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. The show was just the start, and I guess it's now like, now you're out there, now you're relaunched, and you're back together, and all those differences are put behind you. What do you hope? Like, what do you imagine is going to happen?
Who knows? Don't know. I think for the moment we're looking as far as the tour, which is going to be great. Obviously we're going to travel around the UK. We're going to get to have fun back on stage, back as a unit that are happy together again, which is going to be great. Where of course we are talking about doing new material and stuff, but exactly where, what, when, how.
Well, you've all carved out very separate, very different lives for yourselves. So I suppose it's not that easy to put it all back together.
You know what? Even coming here this morning has been such a chore to get, figure out who's going to mind the kids, kids. How am I going to get here last night, do this morning and go straight home?
It's trying to coordinate
school
4
pick up,
separate lives. It is really tricky.
Yeah. I go from here to college till 8:30 tonight. So very different life.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be something that you would think, do you know what, we messed it up the first time in our own heads, not musically because it was hugely successful, but in your own heads you could have enjoyed it a lot more.
Yeah.
And we've met a lot of bands, you know, right up to Take That, who say if only we'd have enjoyed it more at the time.
I know.
It's not easy to do, but given the chance that you can now see what it could have been like, you're not tempted to say, do you know, let's give it
a I mean, I would be. I think it's a little bit tempting, definitely, and it's conversation that's only new to us in the last couple of weeks. So we really don't know where we're going moving forward.
Yeah, I think up until now we've kind of been waiting to see what the reaction, what the response was going to be from the documentary, how the gig would go, how we'd feel about being a band together and performing together again. And now that we're in such a good place and we feel like a band again and we're really gelling, who knows?
I can't believe how much people want to see the Denim again.
I know. I was a little bit disappointed when you walked in today. Has it changed much? I mean, because you think sort of in that period of time, actually the industry has, what with Twitter and everything online and people wanting more from you, and being 4 girls in that industry where the spotlight is more on you than anyone else. Do you feel that difference?
Oh yeah, it's a massive difference. And I mean, in one way Twitter is great to get in touch with your fans, but in another way you can see all the negativity as well. So you have to avoid it on days like when they show a piece like that. But it's changed so much, it's amazing.
Yeah. And it's quicker, everything is much more instant, and it's almost like people are a single and then 2 months later it's another single, and you know, it's just
faster pace.
But also for us back in the day it was very much about the music and about promoting the music. We never did any kind of reality, so this show for us is very weird.
Well, whatever happens, it looks like, you know, at last you might all be proper mates.
Definitely. That's so important.
Which is great, and enjoy it. And thank you for coming in today.
You're welcome. Lovely to see you back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, still to come, Martin Lewis is here with his tips on how to make your ISA nicer. That's after the break.